So here's my question. I hear you say that you would like to, and stop me if I'm saying things imprecisely, that you would like to rid the world of evolution, the gene as the basic unit of heredity. Is that too strong?
That's not too strong.
Okay, good. All right, good. All right, good. And so when you say that, here's my question. Are you saying that the structure and the history of evolution is something that you just want to get rid of, or...
I think it's worse than that. I think it's worse than just not interesting, because the point is that is a sin.
I agree.
Although it's very difficult to know what happened at the beginning, and where the laws of physics come from, where the physical constants come from, what we can say is that it is a God who thought it all up and created it, even a deistic God who didn't subsequently intervene. Whatever else he, she, or it was like, we're going to credit them with the brain power to devise the laws of physics and to set the physical constants to some optimal value. So it would have to be intelligent, in other words. And intelligence, creativity, inventiveness, qualities like that, to suddenly smuggle in intelligence from evolutionary processes is to betray the entire scientific enterprise. So it's much worse than being uninteresting. It's positively anti-scientific.
So the one thing I would say is, well, since you got applause, I'll sort of agree with you. But my suspicion, or at least I raise as a possibility, the judgment of the complexity and intelligence required to give rise to the universe as we know it, I feel like you're coming at it from what we currently understand, which could well be completely misleading. There may be this incredibly simple starting point by virtue of some deep symmetry in the structure that isn't even apparent. It's all simple from the standpoint of the ingredients and the laws, and it may be so I guess I slightly worry, even though I largely agree with you, I slightly worry about saying what would be required, because we don't know what would be required. That's what I mean by us not being able to figure it out.
So your physics must be wrong.
Touche. But I guess I worry about the argument of trying to delineate the degree of intelligence and complexity required. I have no idea whether what you said is true in that regard.
I'm aware that there are people who say that.
Yeah.
And I think they're wrong. I mean, I just think if you go back to the Old Testament, it would just be nonsense to say that the characters in Abraham and David and Moses and people were not interested in the scientific aspects of it. Of course they were. I mean, they were obsessed with it. They believed that there was Yahweh who made the world and who actually intervened the whole time, who wrought miracles and things like that. I see virtue in the effect that religion has had on human culture. I mean, I see virtue in music and art and providing an alternative idea for how the universe came into existence, how life came into existence, that kind of thing. I don't know, truth is a social construct, and that there's no...
Well, obviously I would agree.